Redbeard's very good friend Eric came all the way from Timmins to pay him a visit and brought along some presents.
Oh, what we going down, people of the world?
My name is Redbeard.
And my name is Eric.
And this is a Daily Drink vlog for the beer of the today. We have got a growler of Drop Bear IPA by the Full Beard Brewing Company. Oh yeah, Eric brought this beer back from Timmins. Full Beard just opened very recently, and this is the only way to get their beers at this point in time.
You can get them in kegs, I think.
Well, yeah, but the average consumer isn't going to walk in and probably, although maybe if they have the pony keg thing.
Well, a bunch of the local bars and stuff have it on tap, I think.
Yes,
so you can go there and get a pint if you wanted to.
Go to basically any bar in Timmins, and as long as they're not dicks, wanting to support their local brewery, then they'll have it on tap.
They're not going to have all the different varieties that they have at the brewery.
It's like being here in North Bay. If you go to almost any bar here in North Bay, you're able to get New Ontario beer. So if you go to pretty much any bar in Timmins, you'd be able to get this. And actually, this should be up there as well. They have a pretty cool website. Fullbeardbrewing.com is the site. And they have their guide to beer making, which maybe we'll kind of read that as we go through. But for now, let's crack it. We're not drinking the entire growler in the vlog. That'd be kind of ridiculous. We're each going to have a pint. So let's crack her open. My hand's apparently mildly moist or something. Or it's like been sweating. There we go. It was out of the fridge for a moment. It had moisture on it. It was slippery. Let's see what we've got. 7% IPA right here. So I'm looking forward to this. That's what, actually, I'm going to give a tiny criticism to my hometown brewery right now. Because I always wanted, that's one of the things I keep telling them, is one of their main beers, I would love it to be a nice, relatively strong, good hoppy, good IPA. And very many kudos to the Full Beard Brewing Company for starting out with that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
Actually,
I think if I leave it there, you can see it. Oh yes,
a few of their brews are pretty strong. Definitely. Like they got a couple.
Apparently, I'm assuming this is put into the growler on March 11th. So we're sitting at 4 or 5 days of length in there right now.
So that's fresh beer, man.
Oh, it's fresh. I'm not denying that at all.
Months old already.
I'm not denying. Only thing I would say is that if they are putting a label thing on it, throw some ingredients on there. That would be my only kind of criticism. But even the fact they have the label, they are doing that. That's more than I can say for some places that you go and buy a growler beer. So that's good.
I'm thirsty.
Let's give this a sniff. Let's give it a sniff. I don't think I've ever had somebody be like that before. All impatient. Let's get this shit on the road. It smells. Doesn't have a whole lot of aroma coming off that I'm getting, but it doesn't smell bad at all. It smells kind of. I'm getting like an IPA kind of overall vibe from the smell, which I would say is good. So let's give her a shot. Ooh. That's actually really smooth. Don't drink any more yet. Come on now. There's a way. There's a flow. There's a flow. This is not bad. It's not super hoppy, not super malty. Just
no. I think it's great. I'm in general
for 7%. Like holy crap!
In general, man, I'm not a fan of like super hoppy IPAs. Like I'll drink any beer. I got a love for all beers, but in general, it's not one of my favorite things. And this is a great IPA. It's not overwhelming with hops.
Yeah, this is like for being 7%. Don't do it yet. This is a really good like introduction to IPAs.
I'm a thirsty man.
Let's do this. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
And cheers to you, Eric. Thank you so much for coming by and bringing this beer.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, that's very, very smooth IPA right there. And actually, were those, damn it.
I find most beers that are over like 5.5%, 6%, they start getting that distinct stronger beer flavor, that comes with any stronger.
Well, it depends. Like I said, if they're made well, but, like this one is. I've had quite a few that don't have that like alcohol-y kind of taste, and it's just if it's done right.
I think
and this
great.
Obviously is. And Eric brought this.
It's impressive how smooth it is. It's very smooth.
This is a giant description of this beer. It's pretty friggin' cool. So
it's a good story.
Kudos to these guys for offering stuff like this. I don't think I've ever seen anything. Drop bear, an animal so deadly the Australian government has controlled the media to never report on attacks for fear of losing tourism dollars. Oh, so this is like a mythical thing. It's the carnivorous cousin to the koala. And while somewhat similar in appearance, the nature of the two are on polar opposites. Drop bear's most common form of attack is by dropping on unsuspecting prey from above. When Aussies head out into the bush, we commonly put toothpaste behind the ears as drop bears can't stand the smell of mint. Vegemite is also reported to work, but studies show that this may increase attacks as all Aussies love Vegemite. Pointed hats or sticks pointed up can also reduce the risk of attack. Major problem setting up camp at night. Spotting these creatures in the day is hard enough, not to mention in low light. There's one surefire way to know if you're setting up under a drop bear, and that is to lie on your back and spit in the air. If there's a drop bear up there, he'll spit back at you. Stay safe.
No,
that's kind of awesome.
Let it be noted that I read that the first time and thought it sounded a little absurd, but scary at the same time. But
it is absurd.
I heard afterwards that it's just a story that they use to scare tourists.
Yeah,
I don't know the legitimacy
it's
behind
like the
that.
Loch Ness Monster or the Sasquatch or anything like that.
It's cool to hear the origins.
I like that.
To go along with the brew.
It has enough hops to drop a black bear dead in its tracks. I'm gonna disagree with you there. This isn't super hoppy.
Well, not all hops are as strong in flavor,
Yeah, I guess maybe if they used an abundance of whatever not overpowering hops are there. But still, if it's not overpowering hops, then why would it drop a black bear?
Well,
do you think,
maybe black bears are weak against hops.
That could be their weakness. Very valid point right there. Burnt umber color and grapefruit nose. Umber color? I almost feel like that could be a typo. I don't know what umber is. I've heard of amber. Regardless.
Maybe it's a darker amber?
A touch of toffee and roasted nuts on the palate, finished off with a hint of grapefruit. Creamy mouthfeel is the perfect finish, leaving an incredible and memorable impression. It's a good beer. I can't deny that at all. It's quite tasty.
No, I enjoy it a lot.
7%? This is crazy.
This is
easy drinking beer.
This is the one I had when I visited for the first time. I went with my fiance and her family. I got to try a few of their different brews. And no, I haven't been disappointed yet. The one that they have at most of the bars is called the 5 o'clock Shadow. It's a lager, I believe. It's absolutely delicious. Got a very unique finish on it. Most beers you can compare to others, but I feel like the 5 o'clock Shadow is very unique.
Why does my mouse always vanish on me? There it is. Come over. It's like things are going all insanely wrong right now. There we go. I didn't want to be on the screen when it was fucking here. This is the beers. Their beer menu. 5 o'clock Shadow. Pale ale is what it is. I assume that's their, like it says, their flagship beer, so their most common, probably their most approachable beer by somebody who is coming from drinking stuff like Bud, Coors, like that. New Ontario.
It was
theirs
their
is
first
the blonde
one.
ale.
It was their first one. Because I went to they had like a tasting party at a local restaurant when they were first opening up, and I got to try a lot of samples of the 5 o'clock Shadow while I was there.
On the banks of the Matagami.
On the banks of the Matagami.
I like Matagami. Matagami. Sounds more, I don't know, like origami, kind of. I don't know, I like
it's
it.
like the main river. They're going through Timmins.
I like it.
Timmins folk are going to be seeing this.
Stop.
It's Matagami.
Matamagami.
We're cutting that.
Oh, no, we're not.
We're definitely cutting
All
that.
staying in. All right. 6% on that stuff. What kind of a beer is this? It's
Anytime I mention cutting something, you have to cut it.
Oh no, not at all.
Absolutely, that's how it works.
No, because we're still going. It's more fun right here. Eric hasn't been in one before. He doesn't understand how my vlogs work.
I see.
It's going to be so much fun. Aussie, AAA. I like that's pretty cool.
That was the other one I was going to get instead of the
Aussie Sparkling and Canadian Blonde. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds like it might be more of an approachable beer than the Pale Ale for somebody who's coming from drinking the crap that is Bud, Blue, Canadian.
It was simple, it didn't have complicated flavors.
Exactly, but
it was delicious, man.
That's like New Ontario's Bear Runner Blonde. It's the same kind of thing. It's their mainstream kind of comparable beer, but it's like drinking Bud or anything, for me at least now, is like, where's the taste? It's not really there. Something like that, I imagine this as well, still has that nice depth of flavor, even though it is not crazy.
We got to talk. I work at the beer store up in Timmins, and we have a top 10 list that's posted on the wall. And majority of people, like the large majority, drink something on that list. We may have a couple. We may have a couple hundred different varieties of beer to choose from, but the large majority drink off that top 10
I was
list.
one of those people for the longest time. I just never. I was always just like, okay, I don't like all these kinds of beers. I'm not ever going to try them. Just give me like a Bud or something like that. And but it was like last year, January 1st, I made the decision that I'm going to start really trying some beers. And now, like if I had tried this 1 year ago, there's a good chance I would have hated it, because it does have there's a hoppiness there that I wasn't a fan of before, and palates change. You can appreciate it.
Man.
It's insane.
Well, working at the beer store, anytime we get a new brew in, I always got to buy a tall boy or whatever just to try it.
Oh, look at this. Where can you find their beers? I'm not sure how well that's going to come through on the video for you to see, but they're decent number of places in Timmins.
More than I thought. That's awesome.
And actually, cool. They're in South Porcupine, which is basically Timmins. They're in the Minor Sun here in North Bay.
Oh,
good for them there.
Awesome.
They're in Schumacher.
That's in Timmins.
South Porcupine, Timmins. Hearst.
Hearst is way up north.
And New Liskeard. Zontes. I've been there. They have a very good craft beer selection, but if you go and buy craft beer there, expect to not get a good deal. I bought a can of some beer by Stack. Are you kidding me? What drink number the last and shit, man? What the?
It was delicious.
That was the most massive fail that has ever happened in one of my vlogs.
Why?
And there will be no cut because you're supposed to do the drink number the last at the same time.
Well,
that's like the one thing.
I wanted to rehearse.
What the hell? You know what? Fuck it. Drink number the last. Yeah, I can catch up. Fucking guy. Full Beard Brewing. Your Drop Bear IPA was bloody great. And I saw it. Don't do anything with that yet. Just get back here. What are you doing? Guess. Just don't know what to do sometimes. I'm giving that a solid 9. Like, very solid 9. The only, I would be like 9.5. I'm going to knock off just a half because I really do think that if you're making a label like this, then go ahead and put the ingredients on it. There's no reason not to. But that's the only thing I'm going to say critical about it. It was great. Your opinion?
Oh, I loved it, man. Like I said, it wasn't my first time trying it, but the reason I chose this one to bring down to you is because of how much I liked it. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of IPAs in general, and it's friggin' awesome. Great.
Rating? Out of 10? What would you get?
Yeah, I'd say for the IPA that it is, I'd give it a 9. Solid 9.
There we go. 99. So overall 18 out of your 10s and 10s would be 20 out of 18 out of 20, I guess, kind of thing. And that's going to do it for today's Daily Drink vlog. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to Eric for being here. Came all the way from Timmins. It's like a 4-hour, no, like a 5-hour. It's almost a 6-hour bus ride, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it would have been cheaper to fly, but there was no flights that day.
But it was a long bus ride, and it's such a boring bus ride. Like, there's nothing to see. Anyway, regardless, if you liked the video, then be sure to smash that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, then be sure to smash that subscribe button. And if you've got something to say to me or to him, then put some comments in the box down below. Thanks again, and I'll be back with another vlog tomorrow. Peace out! I think overall that went pretty good. And that whole like cutty thing, that's just going to add some humor.
No, we're going to cut it.
No, it's not.
We got to cut it.
You can't even though.
Why?
Because it won't work. It was fine. We're good.
No, we'll find a spot to cut it.
There's no cutting.
We're cutting it.
There's no cutting.
You said we could.
It can't be cut.
You're still recording.
Uncuttable.
Jesus. I'll take all my clothes off.
And
then you can't put it on YouTube.
No, right there. Yeah, no, I'm also going to cut that out.